Hello everybody, it's Pirate Camp here once again, coming at you from the interwebs, and whatever the kids call it these days. I don't know, it's just called the internet. We used to have modems back in the day. Anyway, what am I going to talk about today? I am going to talk about esports, concentrating mainly on Blizzard's efforts. Over the weekend we have had Heroes, Hearthstone and World of Warcraft esports, the different leagues, the different games, the different types of games, and we're going to discuss which ones I think work, which ones don't, and how I think they can improve the whole situation, as at times esports is incredibly dull to watch, just like all sport. But it seems to suffer in the world of esports by the... No, I haven't died, I just can't think of what I want to say. Okay, so let's include that blooper. Right, another blooper for the reel. Okay, third time is the charm. What I was going to say is that esports suffer from the length of game to the length of prattle, in that it takes a long time for the games to reset, and some of the games, especially World of Warcraft, can be incredibly quick. I don't mean World of Warcraft. Yes, I do mean World of Warcraft. The games can be very quick, and the prattle in between the games is extremely long. And something has to be done about that. But anyway, let's get on to it. Let's cue the music and let's get this thing started. So let's break down the games that they played. Hearthstone, I think, works really quite well. The delay between each game finishing and starting, and the amount of prattle in between, is fairly low. There is actually quite a lot to talk about. Obviously the cards are obvious, you can talk about them. The meta is quite well known in Hearthstone, and so the commentators there do add quite a lot to the game. And of course the action is never so fast that they can't keep up, which I think is a benefit if you're going to have commentators commentating on a game. As with all esports, technical issues can really ruin the fun, and even Hearthstone suffers from this. However, all in all, I would say that Hearthstone is a very fun game to watch, but only if you like this kind of thing, and everything is going to be the same with this kind of thing. If you're not into Hearthstone, you're not going to enjoy watching it as an esport. It's just not going to work. But the same can be said for football, baseball, soccer, all the other different sports you want to talk about. Now let's get on to the one that I really think didn't work, and that is World of Warcraft Arenas. That is not to say that the arena matches themselves aren't fun to watch, as they kind of are. However, a lot happens, it's incredibly quick, and they seem to have a lot of trouble actually tracing the action as it happens. The arenas definitely suffer from length of game to length of prattle. It just doesn't work. You spend most of the time looking at the commentators as they try and fill a lot of dead air, and they are just not up to the job, and it's not a job that I think should exist. Heroes of the Storm really hits an awkward middle ground, in that it is fun to watch, but so much happens and then it doesn't. It is very much a game of when stuff happens it is fun, when it doesn't the people just prattle on and on and on trying to fill that dead air. And again, I don't think they necessarily need to. So now we're really getting to the point of the discussion where I come up with my main gripe, which is that the coverage of esports, they are just copying what people do for sports now, and I don't see the need. Also, I really need to learn to enunciate better, as some of the words are really getting lost. I put that down to the fact I'm suffering from an awful cold at the moment. If you did stay up late last night, after the arenas for World of Warcraft, they tried a 6v6 random battleground, and I must say, this was the most fun to watch in my humble opinion. Once you get over the stupid EU-US rivalry that they're trying to put into this whole thing, Team EU and Team US really did play well, and having the 6v6 meant there was a lot going on, and for a long time. That, I think, is the key to esports, is that they do need to run long, so that the gap between play... I don't even mean gap, it comes down to the amount of time that they talk to the amount of time that there's gameplay actually going on. There needs to be more game and less talk. This is my main concern with sports. They also had hilarious technical glitches when they did the 6v6, and the camera people, although they tried, could not follow the action, meaning that for a long time it was like listening to the radio as they covered the sport, and strangely this was more compelling than when they just do the prattle between games. Also, the less said about the Windows 10 DVR game replays, the better. I don't know why they exist. So my main point is that I do enjoy watching esports, and this comes from someone who does not like watching regular sports. I cannot stand the football, soccer for your US people. I cannot stand cricket. I cannot stand baseball. I do not like watching sport on TV, and yet esports do captivate me. However, the commentary and the prattle in between is just pointless. When they cast the games, that is fine, and they do a splendid job of trying to tell you what is going on, even though sometimes it is practically impossible. But the prattle in between does not need to be there. I think what they really need to do is have more games on the go at any one time. If they know it takes 10 minutes to reset an arena match, have 2 different matches ready to go. So Team A and Team B can fight, then we can have Team C and Team D, and then we can go back to Team A and Team B, leaving that time when we're not seeing any action at an absolute minimum. So everybody, what do you think of the esports scene? Not just talking about Blizzard, I'm talking about Blizzard because I've just got finished watching the weekend's action. What do you think of the esports scene, and how do you think it can be made more attractive to watch? At the moment, I think it is very much a niche object and will not appeal to the mainstream. Somehow I think it has to, and I think it can. One of the things I think they should try and do is come up with the fantasy draft for esports. I don't know how that would work. I'm going to put my thinking cap on and I'm going to come back to you at a later date with that. As always, please comment, like and subscribe, follow me on Twitter and give me your ideas of how you think esports can be made more attractive and what can be done to fill the dead air in a way that is more compelling to watch. So this is Pirate Camp signing off once again. Lovely for you to be here. I hope you enjoyed this, and remember, do not make the lemon cry. I will see you later.